All right, Shalom is real. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Ahchyam, Yahweh Shai, by Ahchyam Rakah Kwadash, the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Hey, man, real quick, just found, well, the brother, actually, the brother in the camp, he found this, and he played it, he was chilling, listening to music or whatever, and he played this. I'm like, damn, yo, that's a talent. As you see, it's this Jake playing the violin. So basically, he has the instrumental of that particular song, and he's playing the violin as if the words he's playing the violin as a substitute to the words that the artist would normally sing to the song. And hey, man, this is a talent. And hey, again, just further proves who Jacob is, man. Which people may say, how do you know the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites? Well, we always go as far as according to the spirit, because we don't necessarily have proof as far as I can date my lineage back to all the way back to Isaac and Jacob. No, man, but we know through the spirit, and hey, even in the Bible, in the book of Acts, you had men that were devout. They believed in the Lord. They believed in the message that the apostle Paul was preaching. Therefore, what, through the spirit, Paul had assurance that these men were Israelites. And hey, through learning of reading the scriptures and learning about just the greatness of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, just learning about the greatness of the Most High, we got to understand that the people whom He's chosen, because the Lord did choose particular people. All right, we got to understand that if the Lord is great, the ones who He's chosen must be great. The ones He chose to represent Him must be great. Like put on layman's terms, like today you have a boxer, good boxing like Floyd Mayweather. All right, and he might sign a couple of boxes to him, and best believe he ain't gonna sign no bums. He gonna sign the best. All right, because they carry his name. And Jacob, as the scriptures say, all right, just got a few precepts on Jacob being the Lord's inheritance. So this is Deuteronomy 32:9. For Yahweh's portion is His people. All right, so Yahweh's portion, all right, His share, His part, His territory, all right, was the Most High, is the God of the whole universe. But He set certain people aside, according to Deuteronomy 7:6, unto Himself. All right, for Yahweh's portion, or His part, is His people. All right, because Esau got Satan. All right, the Caucasian man, he's got Satan. All right, you got the Islam. I mean, what is it? These Arabs, they got Allah. These Chinese, they got Buddha, whoever else they serve. The Ishmaelites, the so-called East Indians, they got their multitude of gods. And we have Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. We have the greatest power, which really the Most High is the only power. And all those other gods are knockoffs, which hold no weight. Which that's another lesson. But these religions, have a little bit of the truth for the Bible. All right, and mainly, they got their own spin-off to appease the pagans of their nationality. But it says, for the Lord's portion is His people. Jacob is the lot of His inheritance. All right, so that word inheritance, nakalah, which is a possession, a property, an inheritance, a property, a portion, share, inheritance, a portion. So we represents the Lord's portion, man. I'll give you another example. You have a house. Jake get a house, they deck it up, man. Look nice as hell, man. You know how Jake do. They might put all their time, energy, and money into their house, man. That's the Most High, man. The Most High is going to deck us out, man. He has decked us out, man. Jake can sing, they can dance, they funny as hell. As a matter of fact, many nations, that's why a lot of these nations, even to this day, they want us in captivity, because we make the society, man. You know, from basketball to tennis to hockey, which hockey is will be considered like maybe Esau sport, but really that's, hey, you know, when you think about so-called Edomite sports, you think about a Jake. You know, for example, Tiger Woods, man. You know, here it is. That's an Edomite sport. Mainly Esau's into that golf, but that's Jake. Baseball, same thing. Another thing, man. Jake and so-called Hispanics, man. You know, so Jake is the Lord's inheritance. Jake is the Lord's portion. All right, this is why, when you go into a lot of these inventions that, are very useful and that people use today, for example, the automatic closing doors for elevators, all right, which was invented by a Jake. Certain algorithms for what people use today as Twitter and Facebook was invented by Jake. All right, Jake, hey man, Jake is a salt. Jake, make shit popping, so to speak, man, as Jake like to say. All right. Psalms 47:9. He shall choose our inheritance for us, the excellency of Jacob, whom he loved. All right. The Lord loved Jacob, therefore he gave. Hey, man, the Lord gave us all, everything, man. He gave us everything that these nations desire to have, man. The good looks, because our people are beautiful, handsome. The women are beautiful, man. And hey, what really makes us beautiful, and which is why the kingdom is going to be to where all these other nations and all, is the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what makes us not as these other nations, not as beasts. And people don't see it now because Jake has stumbled so far to the bottom, that they look like, as scriptures call them, dross. And really they are silver and gold. But right now you can't see it because the dross is covering them, man. They have taken on the ways of the devil and have left their commandments to follow these other gods. All right. Psalm 78 and 71. From following the ewes, let me see. Famous one we all know. The portion of Jacob, Jeremiah 10 and 16. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. All right. That word former. The form, the fashion, the frame. All right. When you go into history, all right, you will find that, classical music, blues, rock, hip hop, rock and roll, all that goes back to Jake, in which people listen to it, when they want to have a good time, when they feeling any type of way, they listen to it and it makes them feel some type of way. It makes them feel better, because Jake, hey man, Jake is beautiful, man. And when it comes to music, even a lot of brothers in the truth, man, they say if they wasn't in the truth, they would have pursued a career in music. Which music itself is like, it's a spiritual thing, man. Music, you don't even have to speak, man, just to let the instrument speak for you, man. That's one of the reasons why David was so great. He was known to be an excellent harpist, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Salakia. But it says, for he is the form of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Jeremiah 51 and 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them. Well, okay, the Lord said it twice, man. For he is the form of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name. Last one, Deuteronomy 4 verse 5. It says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great who have God so nigh unto them, as Yahweh our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgment so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? And this is what makes the kingdom so beautiful, man. That we're gonna get that prestige back, man. Because people look at us as we're under the curses. They see us as bywords and proverbs, man. But the Lord, man, he's gonna put his words back into our inward parts. So therefore, in the kingdom, man, everything, is gonna get its vigor back, its beauty back. From the nigger woman, the Latino woman, the land itself, man. All right, the birds, the animals, everything, man. And the music, you look in the music, it just shows you how beautiful the kingdom is going to be, man. Come on, man. And Esau play the violin all stiff. Jake, do that shit so well, man, and make it look easy, dancing with it and all that, man. So just something quick in the spirit, man. Lord willing, you Ahchyam edified. Shalom to the elect.